Hey everybody, how are you? I'm just hanging out this morning. I've been thinking about some things. You've got this. They call it the signal scandal going on, which is, you know, upsetting to say the least. Then you have questions that I think are rather dumb. Like you have this one where Gomez asked Gabbard if Hagseth was drinking before he leaked the signal tape. And I'm going like this. I'm saying, look, I don't think he was drinking. I think that's an unfair statement to try and make at the time. But I will say this. He's the dumbest motherfucker in the room. Okay? He's completely unqualified to do his job. Alright? Being head of a National Guard unit only qualifies you on how to make money on the side by ripping off the U.S. government. You alright? That's one of the things, Now there's some things that I don't think that happened this over the weekend and whatnot that weren't really nice. I don't think, I don't like J.D. Vance. I think he's another incompetent idiot. I think he's a sellout, and if the tide changes a little bit, he'll sell out Trump too. So, there's no loyalty in that man. And I think I can't understand why Trump is doing that. Being loyal, having him around because he's got a big emphasis on big evidence on loyalty. I'm speaking of Musk and Trump right now. I'm just wandering through news things that I see. But I don't think he should have been kicked. I don't know exactly if he was kicked out of Greenland, but they didn't like him and whatever. That's okay, but don't do it to the guy's wife. She's got enough problems. She's an Indian woman married to a racist scumbag. So give her a break. Although she's probably, based upon what I'm seeing, she's probably a sellout too. Don Jr.'s trying to help. That's a mistake. Don Jr. has trouble helping himself. I see things that you can't trust YouTube or a lot of the other news agencies around because they're just not very. Their information is censored and sorted so that they get the stories they want to get. Like some of these news agencies aren't allowed into certain areas anymore, so I don't know how much where they're getting their information is, if they're getting it firsthand, but secondhand, I don't know. You see the story too where Elise Stefanik, they're making a big deal out of this, is not going to be the ambassador to the UN anymore. But she'll probably get another job someplace because she's a loyalist. And Trump loves loyalists, Again, this is where I don't understand his faith in J.D. Vance as a vice president, in that, he understands that J.D. Vance is somehow or another going to work on getting rid of him during his attempt to run for a third term. Trump is a moron. He doesn't understand. He thinks if he can get all the women in the world today pregnant, fertilized, and they're all going to have kids, and this is going to be a wonderful thing. Understand this: that kid doesn't vote for 20 years. 20, 21 years. No, 18 years. I'm sorry. That kid can't. It's nothing. And you're not going to be around, and Trump's not going to be around in 18 years, and neither is this mega party in 18 years. All right, some version of it may still be around, but this government can't stand. Another thing going on here is that I don't think that the government that we have right now is capable of investigating itself. Which is what it's doing where the signal scandal is concerned, and other items that are coming up. I just don't think so. I think this. You have to watch very carefully during this signal crisis as to what Musk is doing to the Social Security. People are going to wake up in March and the checks aren't going to be there. And if I'm one of them, I don't know what I'm going to do. If I could, I'd kill Musk, but I can't get there. I can't do it. I think the elimination of Musk and his friend Davis and Vance and his friend Thiel before they institute putting Trump in charge, making Musk like the treasurer of the United States because he's going to run crypto for the United States. I think we have very, very serious problems coming our way, and and I'm sorry, but we have the wrong people there. I'm not going to say that Trump can't turn it around and be a different president. But I'm saying that the people he's got working for him don't know jack shit about anything, and that's just just a horrible situation. These people can't be in charge of what they are. They don't care what they do. They don't understand, logistics. Even though some of them were supposedly Hegseth worked in the logistics in the National Guard outfit. I don't think he understands logistics. What they're doing right now is they're going around and they're commanding people to do certain stuff. Do this, do that, and people are doing it. But there's no study done on the effects of what's going to happen. All right, it's not affecting rich people; it's affecting poor people. People are dumping stocks, Trump's, Musk's, Tesla stock, and nobody's really concerned about it. I don't like Hillary Clinton one little bit, but she's right about one thing. When she talks about the administration, it's stupid. One thing on MSNBC is an article about why aren't we talking more about J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance said in the Signal chat, I don't know what he said, I'll look it up, I'll come back. Don't want to look at it right now. I'm just sitting, well, I have time. Let me see what it says. I don't want to try and do this and talk at the same time. J.D. Vance didn't think this was a good move, at least not now. The Vice President initial comment in the Signal chat that has gotten so much attention this week was that a strike would be a mistake. I'm not sure about that. I mean, there's a long-term effect on something. Everybody cheers the immediate effect. Well, we destroyed this building, we did this, we did that. Sorry, people, there's more to it than that. What are the after effects? Who got hurt? Who didn't? I don't know. I'm sitting around and I'm not surprised he got elected or anything. I'm not going to say I was shocked about that. I'm not shocked about anything that's going on right now, really. He pretty much let you know what he was going to do. You know, and what I'm shocked about is there's no response from the Democratic Party. Okay? No response whatsoever. So, what are we doing? Anybody got any ideas? I mean, you know, all you hear is little whispers every once in a while that oh, I forgot names. I just had a mental blackout. Sorry, I gotta go look things up. Hold on 1 second when I'm talking about. Anyhow, you don't hear screaming and yelling from anybody saying, well, you know, we have to do this to come back the next time. We have to change this proposal to a different strategy, or change our strategy somewhat. You know, you have this, well, we're wrong, we're screwed. We'll just come back and do the same thing again because we had such good numbers that we can't understand how we lost. You know, and I gotta tell you something, you know. You're gonna be surprised when I tell you whose name. I forgot Kamala Harris's name for a minute there. But you don't hear anything about her really. Just a story that she's quite possibly going to run for governor of California. I've never seen anybody so stunned by a loss as Kamala Harris. Worse than regular Democrats, worse than the Democrats. I don't think she could possibly believe she could lose. Well, she you know, came in a difficult. I'll give you this. She came in a difficult situation. And they can't figure it out, you know. As to you know what they did wrong. Either somebody hacked the polls and a lot of misinformation was given to her. I don't, you know what I'm saying. You know that's why she and the Democrats, or the Democrats had absolutely no idea how to beat this guy. You know, he was a criminal. I mean, Hillary would have played it up. I'm not sure she would have won because, like I said, Hillary's problem was people didn't like her. I think that's a good part of the problem with what's his with Kamala Harris too. I don't think everybody liked her like they said they did. You have this racist movement in the United States right now, so I think that was part of the problem there. That there was a backlash, especially in southern states, that they didn't want to get into a situation where they had another Obama. And let me tell you something. Republicans, especially Trump, hated Obama because he was black. Not because he was bad or he didn't know what he was doing. He was much more qualified to be president of the United States than was Trump. But because he, for one thing, Trump couldn't find a better health plan. You know, now he's going to just destroy the health plan altogether, and you're on your own. I think that I think that Trump is just I don't know. I can't come up with the exact words I want to use. But besides being stupid, he's no genius. I mean, yeah, you know, somebody tried to explain IQ to me one time. It says, and it was sort of like, they sort of explained it as the ability to learn. Uh, and the more difficult the subjects you could learn, the higher your IQ. And I looked at that and said, it's called an intelligence quotient. That's what it stands for. And I look at IQ and other things like it that test your brilliance or lack of it. Is that if it's the way Russia used to teach that used to put kids into higher education. They used to give them an aptitude test them to see what they were good at. You know, and not what they wanted to. So that was how they got their IQ scores up, you know. But in the United States, we have people that are brilliant in one, maybe brilliant in two subjects. Yeah, they can get good grades. People kept saying, why don't you get good grades? Because I said, I find the subject boring. I can't pay attention to it. It's ridiculous. You know, I could see no future need in my life for this particular subject. I used to like history because I started really liking history when I became a senior in high school. When they stopped with from Columbus to World War II, and they started to go into more depth of history and whatnot. I started to enjoy it a little bit more. You know. It's like I study things from the time I was there to now. You know, I still love history. I liked mathematics. Mathematics that I could use. How to get a fishing lure to a specific spot. How to put a bullet in a target a mile away. That the math that's required to do that is math that I was interested in. Building things, I needed to know what math. I needed to know some math and whatnot. And I was interested in constructing things, not on a large scale, not to be a contractor or anything, but like making little model cars and stuff like that. I was interested in how engines worked and how you could get more horsepower out of them and whatnot. Things that, they say smart people go to engineering school. Nah, people that really love it go down to their local mechanic and ask him to teach them, Well, anyhow, I think I've bored myself and you enough for the day. We will talk tomorrow. Oh, one thing before I leave. Seriously. Do hit the subscribe button. Okay, I do need subscribers. Hit the like button, the subscribe button. I want you people to like me. Isn't that what Trump wants? He wants people to like him. Yeah, but I have a different reason. I'm not doing this for money or adoration or anything like that. I'm just doing it so that I know people are actually paying attention to this or watching me or something. I'm going in the right direction with what I'm doing. All right. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.